Sinking driveway, settling patio, collapsing stoop, uneven pool deck. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS.
Here's your weather video for this Sunday, July the 17th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray, and our summertime weather pattern continues across Alabama. It was a hot one on Saturday, 92 at the Birmingham Airport, 95 degrees at the Oak Mulgee Forest Ranger Station. That was the hottest place across central Alabama. Areas down around Auburn and Alexander City managed to stay in the upper 80s somehow, so that was quite nice. A couple of thunderstorms developed during the afternoon over the Birmingham metro area, but they weakened about as fast as they developed, and most areas remain dry. It's the upper pattern across North America this morning, showing a big ridge of high pressure out west. That's where all the big heat is centered. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings continue for the Red River Valley of Oklahoma down into North Texas. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex today under that excessive heat warning. Rest of the country, though, not much going on weather-wise. Just some wind advisories, high wind watches in effect for the northern Rockies on Monday as the system moves through that area. Here across Alabama in the south, you see where heights are a little bit lower than they were, and that will eventually allow more in the way of a few showers and thunderstorms, especially tomorrow and Tuesday, with the ridge building back in for the week. This is midweek. Wednesday, the upper high continues to be centered out west, the low moving through the Great Lakes. Here in Alabama, our heights will be building a bit. And then by Saturday next week, a week from yesterday, we'll see a large ridge of high pressure center from the northern plains down through the Ohio Valley and into the southeastern United States. Here's the day by day looking at the GFS. Today, we should be mostly dry across Alabama. Can't rely on an isolated storm. The chance of that extremely small. High temperatures today in the lower and middle 90s. Now for tomorrow, that as that trough moves by to the north of Alabama, we'll see a front try to edge in from the north. This will increase shower and thunderstorm chances, especially over the northern half of the state, most likely during the afternoon and evening hours. High temperature tomorrow in the lower 90s. Tuesday, that front kind of stalls out, and as it does, those rain chances remain slightly elevated. Here across Alabama will be in the 90 to 92 degree range. But then by Wednesday, that front should dissipate, and we'll see a return to partly cloudy and hot conditions. High temperatures edging back toward the middle 90s. Heat index values will be approaching and exceeding 100 degrees in some areas. This is Thursday afternoon. You can see mostly dry across the state again. Only a small chance of an isolated shower. It's more the same for Friday. High temperatures in the middle 90s. Here's next Saturday, looking like more of the same. So you can kind of get the idea that just only isolated chances of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures off the national blend of models. We're in lower to middle 90s through the whole period, fairly consistently, as you would expect in mid-July in Alabama. Low temperatures in the middle 70s. Now, this is the wide view across the Atlantic Basin, looking at tropical development. We see nothing over the next 7 days, probably nothing over the next 2 weeks, but at the end of the period, the GFS really sees that wave train coming off the African coast. And by the 31st here, it looks like we might actually be developing a system there in the eastern Atlantic. You can see the vorticity here off the 850 millibar cyclonic vorticity chart, showing a fairly organized system past the Cape Verdes moving to the west. And if it does do that, we could be looking at one of those fairly long-lived Cape Verde tropical systems. Just where would it go? At that point, the subtropical ridge is very strong across the Atlantic, but you kind of see that you might get this thing into the Caribbean and perhaps into the Cuba area, or if it turned up a little bit to the north, it could go up the East Coast. All that's a long way off. We'll have a lot of time to watch that one. It's your weather video for this Sunday, the 17th of July. I'll have notes on the blog, a complete update on the forecast coming up at noon. James will be back with 2 days tomorrow. Scott will be here next Saturday. And until I get the chance to see you next Sunday, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.
Sinking driveway, call Alabama Professional Services. Settling patio, call APS. Uneven pool deck, call APS. Collapsing stoop, call APS. Cracking sidewalk, that's right, call APS. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS. Call Alabama Professional Services today.